Hold on a moment. I gotta take care of something. Oh goodness. But I hope everybody's having a good day, whether you're watching the live stream or the replay. I'm gonna put the mic on, my mic on, because sometimes I notice that when I'm shuffling, you can hear the tripod moving. So I'm gonna put this on now. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. I honestly don't know what I want to do today, and it probably won't be here that long either. So I'm just gonna put subscriber mode on. I got my bell. I've been telling you about my bell. Look at this. I need this because like the latter part of the day got stressful for me. It got stressful. So since there's nobody here, this makes it easier for me. I'm gonna go into this little oracle deck I just got yesterday, actually. I'm gonna go with the oracle decks I used earlier today. We had Enchanted Map Oracle. Let's see what messages you need to know from this specific deck. Let's see. You're taking some deep breaths because, let's see, I'll turn this Bluetooth off and put my music on. Hi FinTube, how are you? Just so everyone knows, I'm not answering any questions. I'm just gonna do a regular reading, and I'm probably not gonna be here long either. Well, I'll see how it goes, but let's see. I'm also gonna put, I don't think there's gonna be many people in the chat anyway. So since I have subscriber mode on, so let's see what messages the collective needs to know from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. I'm doing well. Just glad the day's over. It's like I had my day was going pretty well. Then I had like a little bit of a hiccup, and I was like, that's it. I gotta create a boundary because I gotta protect myself. Even gotta protect your energy. But let's see. What does the collective need to know? I hope you're doing well. But I'm not going to be talking too much in the chat because I want to focus on this reading. Okay. Let's see, what does the collective need to know? All right, so we have Strength, Wishing Well showing up, number 44 or 48, and Gentle Gardener at the bottom of the deck with number 2. So I'm going to go into the Oracle Guidebook to read what the messages are. So Strength. Your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in higher power. The strength to accomplish even the most daunting tasks is yours at this time. You can connect this and channel the power of the universe. The Strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined, and your relationships are being deepened. No matter what happens, nothing can move you off the course of evolution. As the potency of your connections become more obvious, you're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you. you. Have courage and dive in, for magic is in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything now. So it doesn't matter of having faith in yourself, but also in the divine, a higher source, God, universe. And then wishing well, let's see. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing the moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that are enabling new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. This is a matter of you continuing to have faith, co-creating with the universe, you and the universe working together. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment. And take action. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well. Then trust in spirit, prepare to be amazed. So this is a matter of trusting in the spirit, whatever spirit guide, your spirit guides, your higher self, God, universe, angels, working with them, setting intentions, healthy intentions, putting your wish out there, but not getting attached to the outcome, but also knowing that whatever strength, effort, and that you're putting towards something, along with the faith that you have, that it will work out for you and that you are being supported and that things will work out. It's just a matter of being optimistic, having faith, putting in the time and effort, and also, nurturing yourself with the gentle gardener. I'm going to look up the gentle gardener card right now. It's at the bottom of the deck. Be your own person. Be a conscious co-creator. Well, it makes sense. This is the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. The gentle gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The gentle gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. So you have to be a reflection of what it is that you want. What it says. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. So beware of your thoughts, beware of the feelings, because the world you see is a reflection of you. Is a reflection of you. So if you want to see good things, you have to believe that good exists, but you also have to be looking at things from a positive perspective. Optimistic, I would say, optimistic perspective, because we could go through challenges in life and then they could cause us, they're not the best, they're the negative. But still, it can affect us negatively, but it's a matter of like, okay, like I just helped a student today. She didn't get the best news, but I try to comfort her in knowing that at least she knows now what stands. And if whatever the professor says is the final word, then she can already plan what her next move is. At least she has an idea of what could happen, so she can prepare accordingly, So though we go through negative things, it doesn't mean that we should lose hope, essentially. Okay, so I'm going into this deck. Okay, we got the storm, disruption, chaos, change. This is like tower energy. Like I just mentioned, sometimes some of you may be getting information that may be turning things upside down in your life, throwing you off ground, off kilter, destabilizing you. But it's like you have to surrender to the belief that everything will work out the way it's meant to, that you did the best you could. Surrender to that, surrender. But the wishing well card, it talks about like you're having wanting something specific, right? You're like desiring something, but then not being attached to it. Also, surrender attachments to anything, to results, to outcomes, to expectations. Surrender those. But I'm also going to go in the book. It's the Oracle of Awakening. Okay, so surrender. Oh, storm and surrenders after, is it? Nope. Structure. Okay. So this card, storm. Wait, I just saw storm. There. Disruption, chaos, change. The obstacle is the way. See, you have a problem. Wow. I just said this to somebody earlier because, okay, somebody was working on a bike, right? And they were saying that, oh, I found the problem and it was easy to fix. And I replied to them, that when you know what the problem is, then you know how to fix it. This is what I said. It's only simple if you know what the problem is or was. So the storm, the obstacle is the way. If you know what the obstacle is, then you know what you need to do to circumvent it, how to overcome it, how to go through it, how to go around it, how to go over it. So if you know what the problem is, then you can figure out a solution, but you need to be aware, right? And it says the obstacle is the way. Are you experiencing a time of challenge or rough waters? The storm card refers to big shifts, uncomfortable transitions, full-on chaos, and or unforeseen change. When the storm card reveals itself, it generally means that there are things in your life that are not serving your growth and highest good, and there will be some disruption to the status quo. The universe is shaking things up to make needed changes. The storm may be alerting you to a rumbling in your life that needs your attention before it becomes a giant storm. This is an opportunity to assess and reprioritize what is important so that you can align to your needs in a harmonious way. If you are already in the midst of a storm, this card is here to tell you that sometimes it's best to throw up your hands and ride it out. And it's interesting that we got the surrender card coming out with the storm, just ride that storm, giddy up, baby. Offer the things that you can't control to your higher self, because it says trust your higher self, and ask this cosmic aspect of you to help align things to your highest good. Please know that when things get hard, this too will pass. And if the storm has already come and disrupted your life in big ways or small ways, then it's time to pick up the pieces. It's time to look at your life and consider what you may want to do differently moving forward. There is an opportunity for rebirth here, a chance to plant new seeds. There is a saying that obstacle is the way, which means that there is something for you in the challenge ahead, generally in the form of growth and opportunities. And the affirmation is, I give thanks to the storm for clearing the path for me. So sometimes the obstacles are, like it says, it's a challenge that it ultimately allows for there to be new growth for yourself, for you to grow, because sometimes, like I was saying to somebody, sometimes we go through things and we don't realize how strong we are until we actually overcome it, and it's sad that that's the way it has to be. And it's storm and strength. I just said, you don't know how strong you are until you have to go through shit, But the disruption, the chaos, the change is necessary. So this is death. This is rebirth. This is tower moments. This is Scorpio energy. You know, some sort of transformation may be coming, or you may have experienced some sort of tower moment that is really forcing you to reevaluate how you've lived your life and how you've been, and what areas you need to change, what trajectory you should move towards, what you need to move away from. It's kind of like what I was saying earlier today in my live stream, and that earlier this afternoon, was that you need to find the recipe. You can't keep doing the same shit. You can't keep doing things the same way, expecting a different result, you know? Now, surrender, you know, you have to try different things. And sometimes a tower moment is what causes you to have to change. It forces a change. And it may be uncomfortable and it may come unexpectedly. But ultimately, it's something that's meant to allow you to rebuild. Whatever tower moment you experience, it allows you to help rebuild yourself, your identity, rebuild your home, rebuild your environment, rebuild your thinking. It's all metaphysical. Surrender. Trust that the journey is for your highest growth. So like it says here, and the storm is forcing you to make some sort of change, some sort of adjustment. Also causing you to reflect on what changes you need to make. You know, reevaluate your choices, reevaluate your actions. But with surrender, trust your higher self. The entire universe is conspiring for your highest good. Radical trust is what is required for you now in some aspect of your life. It is our default setting to try to control outcomes, control all the steps to reach a goal, control our feelings, control others' actions, control. This level of control is forceful and does not allow the natural flow to occur. There is a divine order to things in our life. There is a divine order to things in our universe, and we must at times trust that things will work themselves out. When we are in resistance to something, this is the sign that there needs to be some level of surrender or trust. The word surrender may trigger feelings of weakness. If this is true for you, use trust or another word. To truly surrender to love or to your higher self, to source or the universe, is actually a strength and not a weakness. It is an act of devotion. Realizing that you don't have all the answers and don't always know the exact path to get where you're going is a strength, because it creates space to learn, to be supported and guided, to be unconditionally loved and protected. If this card comes up for you, take notice. It is time to release the constriction, the tight grip you have on a situation, problem, relationship, or other. Trust that if you give this situation over to Goddess and ask to be shown the way, you will receive what you need to move forward in greater alignment. The affirmation is, I trust that all things will resolve themselves or be perfectly resolved in due time. So this is about releasing control, having faith that things will work out the way they're meant to, and just trusting your higher self, trusting that the universe has your back. Surrender isn't a sign of weakness. It's a strength, you know, because some things aren't worth holding on to. Some things aren't worth fighting for. Some things simply need to be released, you know. Okay. The only thing you can't control, though, is yourself, because at the bottom it says patience, inner peace, self-control. You know, control yourself. The only thing you have control over is your reaction. You can't control anybody else. You can't control anything else. You can't control outcome. You can't control a situation, especially when there are other people involved and there are mechanisms integrated into it, you know. Strength the Shiva. All right, so I'm going into this little oracle deck. Let's see what messages you need to know. It may relate to what I've already read. We got the numbers 2, 44, and 48. Okay, the first card we have is members only, barred from entry. So some of you may be feeling blocked, like you're not allowed into something, that you're not welcomed. Some of you may feel even excluded um, band is, oh my gosh. Okay. So that card is number 22. Okay. Anything else? I want to know what this is. The card we got is energy frequency shift. Okay. I don't know if some of you are experiencing some sort of shift when it comes to your energy. You may be very sensitive to something. For some of you, you may have put up some sort of boundary against somebody because you felt like you had to protect your energy. Maybe some of you feel like you have to ground yourself. This is I don't know, when I put all of this together, this is reminding me of the Hermit and Four of Swords. Someone needing to take rest, to take a break, to isolate, but also to gain some sort of enlightenment, to reconnect with oneself, to also root oneself, ground oneself. Okay. So some of you may have put up some sort of boundary, or there could be someone that put up a boundary towards you. Or the advice is, if you're not feeling well energetically, if you feel a little bit off balance, you feel like you're like extremely sensitive, irritable, sad, whatever low vibrational energy, is important for you to protect yourself and find techniques that help you ground yourself, root yourself, That's a form of self-care. And the reason why I say that too is because there's this heart there. This allows you to reconnect to reconnect to yourself, because sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes when I have a shift in my energy, sometimes that can make me become very protective of myself, and I could become a little aggressive. And I do that because I'm protecting, because I feel like I'm not in the best energy, and I become a bit irritable. And it could be because I'm sensitive to other people's energy as well. But I am aware of certain things that cause me to feel a certain way. And when I get like this, the loving part of me disappears, and it's just like bitchy tan coming to life, no heart, no soul, just like, you're here, let me get you out of here as soon as I can. No, lacking like compassion, a lack of compassion. When I'm like that, it's because I feel like I have to protect myself. And when I'm doing that, that part of me, the loving part of me, the gentle, kind, helpful version of myself disappears. And it's just like, I want to and it's protection. It's a form of protection for myself. And I'm using that as an example too, because sometimes when you experience this, you feel like the best way to protect yourself and possibly other people from your wrath is to put up a boundary, put up a boundary. But it could also be that there are people that may be changing or shifting your energy in a certain way where you feel like you have to protect yourself and you have to put up a boundary, because you may feel like disconnected. You may feel disconnected and you need to reconnect. And I say the reconnect because I'm thinking about trees. They say trees, they have a network within the roots that connect them to other trees that are even related to them. And that's how they could provide nutrients to each other. They share nutrients, they share information with each other. But then when you're starting to feel disconnected, if you think about us as humans, that's how we are too. When we help each other, we network with each other, we co-create with each other. But some of you, if you feel like you had to protect yourself because your energy is shifting, the energy shift may be causing you to disconnect from people, and then even disconnect from your network, disconnect from people who are, even the people that you love, but it's more so because you need to ground yourself. And when you're not grounded, that's where the disconnection may be coming in with the people that you care about, the people that you love, or even the people that you work with or you network with or you interact with, Let me see if there's anything else. All right. Thank you, Fancy, for letting them know and answering questions. Okay, so let's see what messages does the collective need to know at this time for the highest and greatest good. When it comes to this reading. Oh, there's a Five of Pentacles energy. Remember, I was talking about this. Someone feeling blocked out, like not abandoned, but like left out, blocked, banned. That's essentially the Five of Pentacles energy. Someone that's feeling a sense of lack, not knowing their place, where they belong. With the Four of Wands. So definitely not feeling at home. Someone feels like they're not at home. Why the song Locked Out of Heaven came out of, it's coming to my mind, Locked Out of Heaven. Take it as it resonates. This, I'm not saying anything about romantic love or anything, but that song is about romantic love. Or at least physical, like, that's not, sex isn't love, honestly. Sex isn't love, you know? You know what kind of makes sense though, because if I'm looking at the Five of Pentacles with, and then energy shift is right above it. Oh, energy shift is number 20. Sorry, it's number 32. It's right there in the bottom. The barred from entry, so the boundaries, 22, right there at the top corner, number 22. And then we have spiritual rooting, number 25. Okay. So Five of Pentacles under the, it's like somebody, it's like when you feel like your energy is at a low, this is where you feel like you have to, you know, create some sort of boundaries. You have to protect yourself. You know, you have to protect your home, your stability. There may be somebody who felt like they had to do this or this against you, or you may feel like you have to do that to someone, right? But with the Nine of Cups is, you know, Nine of Cups in the positive aspect, a light aspect, it's someone who's having some sort of wish fulfillment. But like I'm getting you know, someone may also be selfish, maybe thinking only about themselves right now and not thinking about how they could be affecting somebody's energy when they enter their space. Like this person, if you're protecting yourself against somebody, this Nine of Cups could be that person. The person that's only thinking about themselves, only thinking about their satisfaction, only their fulfillment, not realizing that they can be causing some sort of shift within someone in a place where they feel stable or secure. Their home. What is their home? You know, that could be that. What this is about. Another thing is, when you think about the Five of Pentacles, someone really needs to work on their own self-esteem, their self-worth in order to feel at home within themselves, right? And this is where the self-satisfaction, this is where the wish fulfillment, this is where the, you know, you're feeling good, happy. This is where it comes in, but it definitely has to be shifting your energy from this, you know, lack mindset into one where you feel like you have things worthy of celebrating, things that you want to celebrate, or receiving things that you want to celebrate that are wish fulfillments, you know? So for some of you could be getting an opportunity that could be coming in, something that's worthy of celebrating, and that will make you feel and be in this Nine of Cups energy in the positive aspect. But there could be something in the background that may be causing you to not feel like you're worthy of receiving this. You know, some of you could be blocking some new opportunity from yourself because you feel like it's going to destabilize you, or because you feel like Like I said, you may not feel like you're worthy of receiving it. But with the spiritual rooting, I would say that this is important for you to really root yourself, ground yourself, become one with yourself, reconnect with yourself. I did mention hermit energy, and I did mention Four Swords. So this is important for you, for someone to really take time to really think and consider whatever opportunity may be coming to them, and if it's one that will bring them wish fulfillment, or is it something that they shouldn't, or they feel like isn't, like, will it make them happy if they took the opportunity, or will they feel like they're abandoning somebody too? That's another thing. That just came out because Five of Pentacles is also about abandonment. Somebody felt a shift in the energy, a change in the energy. That's interesting. All right, now I feel like because I think the Five of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, what is this Five of Pentacles about? Oh my gosh, that cricket. Was it talking about some sort of offer coming in? And then making a decision choice? That's so fucking funny. Five of Cups. Regret. Will somebody make a decision they'll regret? Will somebody make a decision they'll regret? With the Five of, because with the Four of Cups, there's some sort of offer coming in, right? They said the Lovers is a choice card, you know. And I feel like somebody has that fear that there may be, they may do something they might regret. It has to do with leaving. And it's leaving. All right. So what is this Four of Wands? What is this Four of Wands? Oh, crap. Ten of Pentacles. See? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Page of Wands. And the Ace of Wands. Okay. I feel like somebody is definitely getting an opportunity that is going to make them feel really good about themselves. Really. And you know what's interesting? I looked at this deck. This person right here has the Two of Pentacles. This has to do with juggling, right? But then you see the rest are Eight of Pentacles. Then you got like something good came in for someone where they feel like I want to say they're on top of the world. Something worthy of celebrating. And it's definitely something that it's gonna be new to them. It's gonna be a new experience, something that they're passionate about, that they care about, where there's the possibility of growth, right? With the Ace of Wands, it's a new beginning. But I feel like somebody, like I said, somebody fears making a choice that they might regret. I don't know if this has to do with leaving a home. Leaving a home. Okay. Whatever this opportunity is, the celebration of Four of Wands, it's something that's a wish come true with the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is like a wish come true, wish fulfillment, almost a completion of like feeling like being at the tail end of something. But then look, it's the Scorpio card, death. And I mentioned death with the Storm and surrender. Somebody needs to trust. I feel like somebody might have the fear that they may be leaving somebody behind. Somebody may have a fear that they're leaving somebody behind. You know, that, like, whatever this wish fulfillment is, it's not only something that's going to bring in a new beginning, but it's going to cause some sort of ending. You know? Okay, what else about this? I'm freaking shuffling the cards backwards, but let me see. These two flipped. Let me make sure. Okay. I wasn't even looking. You see me. I wasn't looking at the cards. Justice and the Emperor. Yeah. Somebody I don't know if this is karma in a way, but we do have the Wheel of Fortune, and then it's like there's a balance. There's some sort of balance coming in with this. But the ending is the Death card is that is, I feel like it's meant to happen. It's meant to happen. There's no way you can control what this is. Like this is gonna, whatever decision you make, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to choose the decision. Make the choice that ultimately is fulfilling to you. You have to make a choice that's fair to you, you know? And the Emperor's about control, right? But in the positive sense, this is someone who is not egotistical, narcissistic type of control. This is more like somebody needs to take control of their life, right? But they also have to take control of their happiness, which the Nine of Cups is. It's like that, you know, you're at a really good place emotionally. And this, like, whatever this is like a wish come true. It's like a wish fulfillment, right? So you got the Nine of Swords at the bottom. So maybe this is something that someone has agonized over, or is agonizing over, or will be agonizing over. Like, what should they do? What choice should they make? You know, what is fair? What is just for them or for you? However this resonates, because this could be your reading, right? But whatever this is a transition. This is a change that you get to decide to make. You have the power to make it. The thing is, whatever choice you make, you have to be sure it's not one that you're going to regret, you know, even if it means leaving somebody behind, you know. It could be that's the fear that you're gonna, but it could be leaving a version of yourself behind too. You know, choosing the part of you that knows you deserve this opportunity, or it could be, or choosing the part of you that feels like you're unworthy of the opportunity. But it could also be, but it definitely could be that too. It could be anything, actually. It could be like leaving something behind, leaving someone behind, entering something new, entering the unknown. But whatever this is, you have to make the fair and just decision or choice for yourself, ultimately, because your happiness is at stake. It's your happiness, not anyone else's. You know, I'm responsible for my own happiness. You're responsible for yours. So you have to make the decision that is best for you. You cannot always make decisions based on how it affects other people. You have to make the decision that's best for you, because ultimately it's your life. And if this is something that you've been wanting for a long time, and it's an opportunity that's being given to you, it's not, you don't want to have any regrets about rejecting it, you know? So if it's something that you still want, if it's something that you truly want, then go follow through with it. Do what you feel is best for you, but make the decision because it's for you, not because you're considering somebody else, because it's your happiness, not theirs, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna close that reading out. I had to look at the camera because maybe somebody needed somebody to look at them and tell them, talk to them. you know, like a friend would. Wishing well. Sometimes you're going to make tough decisions, but you got to choose the one that's best for you, especially if it's a wish come true. It's funny, I was talking about the Hermit card. Look, the Hermit is right there. And then look at the Two of Swords, having to make a decision. Are you going to choose it based off your happiness or the fact that you don't think you're good enough for the opportunity? You know, it's definitely a time to introspect. Okay, I'm going to set these cards aside. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Hi, Alexis. Okay, I'm going to leave these cards here. I felt like, I don't know if Teresa, there's a message for you. I think there was a message for you there. So I'm going to start another reading, but I want to see what other cards come out, but it's going to be separate from this. I want to leave those out because I don't want them to come back out. Wait, let me see. You know what? Fuck it. You know, whatever's going to come out is going to come out. And if it comes out again, then it's meant to come out, you know? Okay. Let me see. Let me put these cards back. You know, remember the legal card came out, the justice card? Look. Let's see what comes out. I'm gonna shuffle those back in. Shuffle those back in. Oh, wow. Sacred masculine, which is Emperor energy, and then sacred feminine, Empress energy. Okay, I'm going to go into this deck because just saying that, and we did see the Emperor in the previous reading. Okay, what message does the collective need to know? Okay, I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to start reading the bell just to clear the energy. So, hi, Sway. How are you doing? Okay, I'm going to ring the bell. I don't know if anybody wants to hear it. If you're wearing headphones, you may not want to, but I'm just going to ring the bell just to clear the energy right now. Okay, what does the collective need to know? What other messages do we have for the collective? That's for the highest. The good is good. What message does the collective need to know for the highest? The good is good. Clearing, purify, refresh, fortify. So clearing. Lately, we've been getting the cleaning card, right? We're not clearing. Purify, refresh, fortify. Let me read what that says. Okay. This card is encouraging you to take a moment to clear the energies that may be stagnating you or even creating imbalance in your life. Energetic hygiene is as important as physical hygiene. So we kept talking, like lately it's been about cleaning the room, cleaning your space, decluttering, doing some sort of spiritual cleanse. And that seems to be something that's becoming a prevalent message. It keeps repeating itself. It says clearing and balancing your field and frequency can be done in many ways. You can use sacred smoke, medicine, smudging your field and your physical space, room, home, etc., with sage or herbs that you use in your tradition. Other options include salt bath, using anointing oils, ringing a bell, which I just did, or play the drum, rattle, or singing bowl. You may also choose to seek out a healer or medicine person for a Reiki or a limpia, an energy clearing session. I also suggest that you taking off your shoes and putting your feet on the bare earth or grass as often as you can. This discharges excess energy and connects you with the earth. Meditation, prayer, and intention will also clear energy. Clear yourself regularly and you will start to see the benefits right away. You can also protect and fortify your energy field from unwanted vibes by imagining an energy shield around you. So it's interesting that, like lately I've been thinking about bringing my bell for a while, and then yesterday I was like, I need to bring my bell. It's really, I love that. I love ringing the bell. I'll be ringing it like crazy. But yeah, there's some sort of energetic hygiene practice that some of you may need to implement for yourself. And I'm going to read this part of the book. It says, we are energetic sponges. We walk around all day absorbing much of what we encounter. We hold so much of the world in our energy fields, in our auras, our ideas, our worries and illusions about society and individuals, our unacknowledged desires and unexpressed fears, unexpressed feelings, our traumas. We also have the emotive expressions of our friends and families and random people, groups, their pain and projectiles. It's true. Remember, like when I say the reading, like it could be going on with you or around you. We absorb other people's energy, and it's important for us to make sure that we're taking necessary precautions to clear that energy, but also protect ourselves from that energy, creating some sort of boundaries. Especially if you know there are specific situations and specific people that tend to have a strong effect on you, then it's definitely necessary to put up some sort of boundaries to protect yourself. It's not to punish them, it's to protect you. And if they feel any type of way about it, then it just says that they really don't respect you, respect your boundaries, and then you already know what you got to do. You could clear them away from you. You could clear them away. It's not always easy, Let's see. All right, let's see what comes out with this little deck. Let me go into this deck. Going back into the Enchanted Map Oracle. What are the messages the collective needs to know? Rescue, 16. Rescue. Rescue. Wait, these things are bothering me. Let me put this away. Rescue. You are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help from whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is a place within. Some of you need to ask for help. When we're thinking about this clearing, for some of you, you may need someone to help you with any clearing, But if there's something that you need help with, that you have been trying to take care of yourself, but it's becoming overwhelming, you asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, you know? To be able to set your pride aside is a strength in itself, you know? To not let your pride and ego guide you and even create, you know, put you in a place that isn't the best, where you feel unsafe, you feel insecure, you feel unstable, you feel overwhelmed. But when you could simply ask for help, that kind of relieves those burdens from you, because sometimes those burdens we put on our own shoulders when there are people around you who are willing to help you. And not everybody has like people who are willing to help that won't throw it in their face, because we know people like that. You were like, oh, but remember I did this for you, you know, not those type of people. But if you need help, you know that you reach out to the people that you know will be there for you, but also know that you can always ask spirit for support, for guidance. If you're not sure which direction you need to turn to, who you can turn to, or where you should turn to. Okay. Now let me go into this little deck. This card came out again. Healing sonar, hold your frequency, creative, positive, emo ions, evolve internally. We keep getting this stuff about the energy, but then also having faith about, you know, like having faith in the divine, looking within, setting aside your pride, asking for help when you need it, needing whenever you need of support or guidance, right? From someone or from spirit. This is one way that you can heal your energy. Okay, well, that card came out again. I'm trying to get a new reading, but I saw something about justice is coming. See, this energy stuff keeps coming out, okay? Look, the energy frequency shift, this card came out again. And remember, I wanted to put it back. And then another card, ascend to the highest vibration of human life. Harmonize your energy. Embrace your true being. And then justice is coming. The card I saw. Sometimes you got to create your own justice. And that justice it will come through healing. And this healing, you don't have to do on your own, you know? There could be people around you who could help you with your healing, but there could also be the divine, the spirit guides, you know? You're not alone in this. Don't be fooled, because I saw the card, don't be fooled. I'm going to show you. That was the card that I saw, but I was like, how does that work? How does that fit into this reading? But it does. Don't be fooled into thinking that you're in on this alone, that you're alone. You know, some of you may literally be alone, and you may need to find people to connect to, or connect to yourself, reconnect to yourself, but also connect to the divine. But don't be fooled. You know, don't create these, like it says, tricks, misleading, mental traps. You know, if you feel like you're stuck somewhere, it's because you're choosing to be stuck, you know, because there are ways out of things. It's just a matter of you having a different perspective, reaching out to people who may be able to help you, but also asking for guidance. If it's something that is an internal, like it's more mental, it's like an internal belief system that you have, where you don't want to be vulnerable. But I feel like when you're doing some sort of healing, being able to ask for help, being able to admit that you have help, not fooling or deluding yourself into saying that you're in on this alone, you releasing that, surrendering that thought or belief, this is going to allow there to be justice, to bring fairness into your life. So the numbers I see are 20, 36, 32, 55, 54, and 16. So those numbers, I'm going to read them again. 16, 20, 32, 36, 54, and 55. You know? Justice is coming. Yesterday when I was reading, we saw the fire card. And fire, we learned, if you didn't know, fire is part of purification as well. That's one of the ways that we can cleanse our energy. You know, this is like having some sort of reset, like resetting something, resetting the clock, resetting yourself, rebalancing yourself. Then underneath here it says the crows, omen, ancient rituals, mystic messengers, death and rebirth, and dark wisdom. Think about this. I'm doing this tarot card reading, this oracle card reading. This is kind of, oh, this is a cult. This is a cultish behavior. This is Scorpio behavior, 8th house energy, you know, taboo in a way. But the thing is, it's like, don't fool yourself into thinking that you have all the answers, when there may be other places that you can seek guidance, other places where you can find answers, find solutions. But I feel like for the most part, this is about rebalancing yourself, resetting your energy, rebalancing or centering or grounding your chakras, you know, aligning your chakras. Reconnecting to your higher self. So there could be things around you that can be like energetic debris that in a way is blocking how you are receiving or how you're perceiving certain things that are going on around you. Some of you may feel like you don't really have the support you need, and you could be fooled into believing that, but in reality, it's because of your perception. And your perception needs to be reset. You know, you need to look at things outside of what you know. Defamiliarize yourself from what you've experienced and start to look at it from a different lens. You know, this is also like when it says clearing, it's like resetting your perspective, right? Resetting your, you know how when you go to the eye doctor, they do that thing with when they're trying to figure out if you need a prescription and then what the prescription is, like they test your eyes, they're checking your eyes, they're checking your vision, basically. And they're like, some of you may need, like, this is what I'm envisioning, somebody like getting that, like things are blurry and they need their perspective or their perception of things to be put back in focus is what I'm seeing. So I'm just imagining like being behind that thing when you go to the eye doctor and then they're like adjusting it and then they want to see how, you know, they're testing your vision essentially. This is what I'm getting. Definitely releasing control. If you think about the wheel of fortune, that's the wheel that needs to flow. If you're holding on to it, you're putting weight on it and you're causing it to get off center. So like if you're holding on to a wheel, you don't know which way it's going to turn. You know, you may try to steer it forward, but you might move it too quickly or too slowly, you know, or if you try to steer it back, like you try to change something or go back to something, then you can't do that. You have to let the wheel go where it's meant to go. You know, the wheel was meant to turn in the way it's meant to turn because you don't know. This is also karmic too, I would say. You know, sometimes we need to go through the wheel turning backwards because there's something we missed. There's something that we missed during a lesson that has yet to be addressed, that you need to go back and learn or retake. You know what I mean? Like if you missed a question, you take a test and you're told to look at your paper, look at the answer sheet and see if there's anything that you missed. Sometimes the wheel's like that. It just takes you back to something so that you can get an opportunity to make some sort of shift or change. Then that allows you to move forward or allows you to receive the reward, the karma. The good karma, right? Okay. Three of Cups. Three of Cups is like coming together with people that you align with. But this could also be like, since we're talking in a spiritual aspect, this could be you aligning with the divine, working in co-conspiring with the universe. But it doesn't have to be like that. So I just try to add some of that in those messages in. But Three of Cups, we got the Three of Cups coming out. So what's the Three of Cups here? Huh. Three of Cups. It's funny because it's the Three of Cups and the Four of Cups and the Strength card. Three of Cups just showing people celebrating, having fun, working, not working, they're not working, they're having a good time together. Social gatherings, celebration, party, social events. Four of Cups, something, an offer, being rejected, a missed opportunity. Strength, holding back. Not letting your pride and ego get in the way, taming that part of yourself that wants to act out fiercely, maybe act out impulsively, but it's just like you subduing that aspect of yourself. But the Four of Cups is interesting because this came out earlier, the Four of Cups, but this is supposed to be a separate reading. I want to know what this Four of Cups is for. It's Queen of Wands. So somebody may be rejected by a Queen of Wands, or someone is rejecting a Queen of Wands. That card fell. The Sun in reverse, fire sign energy. We have Queen of Wands, fire sign energy. Strength card, Leo. The Sun is also Leo. Leo's ruled by the Sun. So it's Leo, Sun. So someone could have a Sun sign, Leo, Sun. So I don't know if a Queen of Wands is rejecting an offer because she's not happy with it, or someone's not happy with the offer that a Queen of Wands is presenting or giving, is offering. But it could be someone could be rejecting an offer because they're not seeing things clearly, because the Sun is in reverse. You know, they're not seeing the full picture. They're not seeing what's in front of them. Okay. I saw the Five of Swords, so I don't know if there was some sort of argument or the Hangman. You need to have a different yeah, see, the Sun is like someone not looking at things. Maybe somebody's perspective is skewed. They're looking at things from a negative mindset, you know? So whatever this offer is, I don't know if it's a Queen of Wands giving this offer, but, or rejecting the offer. The Queen of Wands making the offer or rejecting the offer because it's not the one she wants, or it's not the one that she's not seeing clearly, you know? She's not seeing the value of it. She's not seeing that it's an offer that's going to make her happy. But her perspective can be skewed, or the person that's receiving the offers may be skewed. Well, why is the Strength here? But I want to know what the Three of Cups, because it seems like there's something going on where no, see, now you know what I'm thinking? Like, there's some sort of outing. Someone goes out, but then they're being offered something while they're out, and they're rejecting it because this is funny. I just thought, like, what if somebody's rejecting an offer because it's not coming from the person they want it to? It's not coming from the Queen of Wands energy. That's different. But I want to know what this, what I wanted to see this Three of Cups, Eight of Cups came out. You saw it just flipped over. Highline Sky, It is, oh wow, 10 of swords. Okay, somebody left. Somebody was having a good time with somebody. They had a good time. They spent time together, spent time with friends or whatever. Somebody left. Somebody walked away. Somebody no longer, like that could be what the Four of Cups is. Somebody walked away, moved away, turned their back, caused some sort of painful ending or some ending. Yeah, because either there was something that changed or there was something that needed to change with the Wheel of Fortune coming out. You know, sometimes this could be somebody who parties a lot, someone who goes out a lot, parties a lot. Then this, you know, if you look at it as a story, you see it, I can imagine there's people going out, they're having fun, and then someone's like, hey, do you want some or you want to have fun with us? And the person's like, no, I don't want to have fun with you. You know, I want to have fun with her. You know, it could be that, right? But she don't want to have fun with me anymore. She changes how she looks at me. She changed the way she looks at me. It could be that, right? But this is like somebody could have been having a good time with somebody, but then somebody had to leave and it caused some sort of ending because there was change that needed to occur, you know? But then when you think about the story here with the Four, it's like missing an opportunity. Somebody left. Somebody missed an opportunity to provide clarity to a Queen of Wands, or now they're saying things from a different perspective, or they wanted to provide clarity to give the Queen of Wands some sort of perspective. I saw the Magician card underneath. This reading is getting so weird now. Someone's trying to manifest somebody from the past. Yeah, I think it's somebody that they spent a lot of time, energy with, and that they're trying to manifest back. With the Six of Pentacles, this is kind of reminding me like someone's having... You know, this is kind of tying back to the reading I did earlier about somebody getting an offer, but they feel like somebody's not happy for them about the offer. Or they got this idea that someone's not happy about them getting an offer. Like everything was all fun and games, but then since the fun times are over, because basically that's what it is. The party's over, people left, and things are changing, you know? So I'm wondering if somebody is thinking that someone's not happy about them getting an offer. And that's changing the way they see somebody. That happens sometimes. People are upset that things are going to change. But then, remember I said earlier, you have to make the decision that's best for you. You can't think about how it's going to affect other people. You know, you got to do what's fair and just to you. Because here he got the damn scales, you know, the scales. Like the offers, I don't know, self-sabotage. Do not sabotage yourself because the offer, it has to do with money. It could be about money. It could be a job offer, you know. Sometimes, you know, bigger and better things come, and then some people don't like that, you know. But it's interesting. But someone is like, but I want to know what this Leo is. Like the Strength card. This is the Strength. What is the Strength? Tell me about the Strength. Why is the Strength here? Page of Wands, that's fire sign energy, communication. Having the strength to come forward to communicate something, share the good news. Get some clarity too, because the Ace of Swords kind of, they wanted to come out in the reverse. So maybe somebody wants to kind of give somebody some information, provide them clarity about the situation. Like maybe, but the World card is the completion of a cycle. Like someone has to be honest with themselves. You know, definitely go after what you are passionate about, even if it means something's going to end. You know, I don't like repeating storylines, so I'm gonna just change this up. I should have brought different cards. I should have brought my cards from yesterday. Those were good because I don't want to be repeating the same message over and over again, you know? Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's a lot of people going through the same thing you are, Fintu. There's a lot of people. It's interesting though, how readings can resonate with people. Okay, definitely no love coming in. I don't see any love. I don't see any love. That's good because some people are sick of love readings. Did I do a love reading earlier today? Was that a love reading? I don't even remember. I doubt it. Okay. But I didn't set intention for a love reading. So I try to keep it like general. Okay, let me see what time it is now. I wonder what the temperature is because I think I'm trying not to go home too early. I want the temperature to go down too because it's 90 degrees. Oh Lord. Well, I'm in, yes, 90 degrees. That's my face of disgust. I cannot take hot ass weather. I cannot. Oh, wow. I know, Sway, you told me that you're 18 years old. You just turned 18. My readings are like meant for people who are like 21 and older because, and I say this because people who are older, who have more control of their life. And when someone's younger, I do not want to block somebody's parents or whatever. I'm not trying to interfere with anybody's parenting, you know? So you take the messages as you resonate. Okay. So just so everyone knows, I'm not answering any questions. I'm just letting you guys know. Okay. But the messages here are from, but you know, like it could resonate with you because you could have to make some sort of decision, like say, but Indian culture is different. You know, your parents have a very influential role in your life, very influential. You know, they have they have expectations, which a lot of parents do. But there's something different about Indian culture, I believe, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but I definitely do not want to interfere with anybody's parenting. You know, a lot of my subscribers are Indian. Me, I don't like saying just forget it because then people are like, oh my God, she hates her country. No, I'm a citizen of the United States. I was born here, but I say I'm a citizen, you know. I am an American citizen. Am I proud of my country? Only the good parts. Other parts, I could do without, you know? So that's why I say my readings are for people who are adults because you have, I know, typically in American culture, yes, a 21-year-old could still be under their parents' roof, and the parents may have some sort of influential factor. But it's usually when you're 18, it's like that. 21, if you're out, it depends on the families, of course. It depends. But I definitely do not want to interfere with a parent's parenting. That's not my place. So usually it's people who have actually can make decisions, like own decisions that they don't have to go to their parent for approval, you know? But hi Mira, welcome to my channel. Okay, let's see what we need for weather messages. Because this deck has other cards in it, but why? I mean, why? I'm not going to use these anymore. Because I wanted to try to do different readings, but I have to set the intention. So I'm gonna set an intention because the readings I did before, they seem like they definitely. I mean, love can be tied into it because someone has to make a decision about something like a wish come true, an offer coming in, or something like needing to protect their energy. When you have to make a decision like that, that will require you to cut somebody off, especially if you may even create some sort of boundary with someone you're with, you know. But I'll try to see how I could do a straight love reading. Okay, I was thinking about, I have to learn new spreads. So, you know what? I'm going to do a reading for single people. For singles. A singles love reading. You decide what you want to do, what you got to do. I'm not telling Indians anything to do. You know? I'm not telling you anything. I can't tell you what to do. You make your own decisions. I am not responsible for your life. You are. Just so everybody knows, when it comes to tarot, you cannot base your life on a tarot card. You know your situation more than I do. You know what your circumstances are and what you're working with. I don't know that. So you have to make your own decisions, you know, and anybody who based their life on tarot cards, you're not going to go far because that shows that you don't have control over yourself, that you can't make decisions on your own. You know, yeah, it's cool to get confirmation, but if you need a card to tell you what to do, then that shows that you don't trust yourself, Sometimes you already know what you want to do and you just want to hear a reading or get a card just for confirmation. But ultimately, the card could tell you the opposite of what you know you should do. And you'd be like, fuck that card. No, I know what I need to do. But ultimately, you are responsible for your own life. And when I say that too, is that some people are not in a place where they are responsible for making decisions for themselves. That's why I don't want to do readings for people who are at that place, because I don't know. Like I said, I do not want to interfere with the repercussions. I don't want to be the reason why you're like, well, this Artemis Oracle told me to do this. Can you imagine do you know me? Why are you taking advice from me? You know what I mean? Like when it comes to a life decision, you can listen to what I have to say, but it should not be the reason why you do something. You have to make the decision because it aligns with you. And the advice I give you, it just gives you, or what I'm saying, it gives you a different perspective that you didn't even think of. So it just adds a little bit more information for you to consider when you're making a decision for yourself, you know? Like we're all responsible for our own choices. But if you're like 14, 15 years old, don't go watching a tarot card reading. And I don't want I'm sorry. No kid coming and asking me for a love reading. You should be doing your homework. You should be playing sports. You should be going figuring out what you want to do, what college you want to go to, what career path you want to take. I don't want to hear no 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old talking about does he love me? Do you love yourself, girl or boy? You love yourself. You need to love yourself first. And whoever's meant to love you will love you too. You know, because there's too many Now I'm thinking about this song for Kesha, Boy Crazy. Some people are boy crazy. I remember being at that age. And that's how come I became a teen mom, okay? Well, I was with my kid's father we were together for a while before I got Gotta be honest, you know. Some people may not like that. But I remember there was a reader. Actually, it was Tyler's Tarot. In 2017, that's when I started watching tarot card readings. I just saw one being recommended to me. And I was like, oh, what are these? You know, I heard about them, but I was curious and I was going through something too. I think it was 2017, 2018, around that. I think it was 2018, actually, where I became more spiritual. And I saw this reading from Taurus Tarot, and he was talking to someone. He's like, I don't like, who told you to buy your house, sell your house? Like, because he was saying somebody blamed him because he was like, I listened to you. I sold my house because you told me to. He was like, I didn't tell you to sell your house. I didn't tell you anything. This is Tyler's Tarot, not Tyler's Realty. That shit, excuse my language. That, oh my God, that was so funny. I was like, oh my God. He was like, this is Tyler's Tarot, not Tyler's Realty. You know? So you got to make smart decisions based on your situation. You know, that's why not all messages are going to resonate with people, and not all messages are meant for everyone. You know, there may be something in there that may be triggered, and then you're like, okay, that gives you some sort of epiphany or triggers your intuition, you know. But I could go on and on about it, you know. But let's see. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about us. That's a Celine Dion song. Okay. Oh, okay. Hi, Luke. How are you? All right. So when it comes to love, because I'm going to read this in the love aspect. Okay. What message does the collective need to know when it comes to love? What message does the collective need to know when it comes to love? You know what would have been a good oracle deck to bring? Oh, not this one. No, it's not this one. There's another one. There's another one, and it has romance message in it too. It has that book. Like, if you want oracle cards, even though it is a white lady, her oracle cards are really good. I like them. And she puts in a lot of information too. There's another oracle deck. I forgot what it's called. I was going to bring that, but I decided not to. But that one has like prosperity message, general message, romance message, and protection message. Okay, I got two. Wow, look at this. What was I talking about? Transformation. Who are you becoming? So there could be some sort of transformation coming when it comes to love. Sometimes we get into connections with people and they help transform us for the better, you know, for the better. Sometimes they could transform us to the worst, you know, but the protection, shield, preserve, conserve, you know, some of you could be entering like this very delicate phase in a relationship, right? That is going to require you to really protect it, you know, because you see this chrysalis right here. There's a butterfly in it. And during this transition, this metamorphosis phase, they're very fragile. They're very sensitive, but that's not the word I want to say. It's like they're in a very sensitive time. And some of you could be in a very sensitive place in your relationship that's going to require you to protect yourself, protect your energy, to protect your connection and your person as well. But electrons, building blocks of the universe. For some of you, you and this person could be building a relationship, but this is the foundations, like you're laying down the groundwork in your connection. And it's a very sensitive phase for you both, because this is the beginning. This is a very like, oh God, this is a very, I don't know what the word is. You have to protect whatever this is. Transformation, protection of electrons. All right, when it comes to this message, when it comes to love, let me see what time it is now. Okay. Did I say that you're building a relationship from scratch? It's like you're laying the groundwork. Look at this. And I saw another card that was relevant too. It's a spark, but rock bottom. In order to create a strong foundation, you have to be at like it has to be a very strong, grounded place, you know? So when it comes to love for the collective, love, love, love. Okay, One Ring Circus. Cups came out. Unexpected visitors. Yeah. Okay. I can see what's going on here. One more. Into the unknown. Okay. Like I was saying that your relationship is entering into this very delicate space. That's probably the word I meant to say, delicate. It's a really, really delicate space. Like the chrysalis is in that delicate phase of their transformation, of their metamorphosis. It has to be somewhere where they can be completely protected, where they're shielded from the environment and shielded from influence, shielded from toxicity, shielded from negativity, right? Toxicity, negativity, same thing, right? But then the thing is, there could be some people, like in the sensitive phase of the relationship, that may be trying to interfere with your connection. This person could be like their own circus. Like they bring the show, they bring the drama, they bring the clowns, they bring the monkey. You're like they're everything. But for some of you, this could be a test. For some of you, it could be trying to find a way to navigate it all, but into the unknown, trying to find a way to navigate whatever this thing is, as you're trying to protect something that's at a very delicate stage of development. Yeah, there could be somebody external trying to disrupt some sort of construction or in a connection that's in a very delicate stage as it is. It could be it could be at the very beginning stages. A relationship that does have potential. Okay, let me see. Tell me about the unexpected Scorpio energy, which makes sense because there could be a Scorpio involved in the situation. This could be your sign. This could be the person you're dealing with, or this could be the person that's coming in. But transformation, who are you becoming? Like I mentioned earlier, your certain relationships do shape us. Knight of Pentacles, somebody could be dealing with an earth sign energy. Because it's this delicate phase. One aspect of yourself, it's like when you go into a relationship, it's like the person you were before you get into the relationship is not going to be the same, in the sense that you will stay the same. Of course, you'll be who you are, but when you enter a relationship, it does evolve you in some way. It could cause you to level up. But like I said, there's something about building up stability and stuff. This is going to test how strong your relationship is. Like how stable your relationship is, how secure it is with the Knight of Pentacles. Because I'm thinking about stability, structure, stable, secure. Strong, stable, secure. This could be a test to somebody's. Like, will they let anybody interfere with the relationship? Will they let them... Will somebody allow somebody to kind of disrupt whatever stability and security they have within a relationship that's still under development, Will they allow themselves to be influenced in some way? I like that this card came out. Because the Two of Cups, like for some of you, I don't know, like please take the message as it resonates. Some of you, this could be like a new connection where it's not entering into like you're now going to start building, like it's getting serious. But then something may come up that is going to cause some sort of disruption, and it's looking like a person. It's like the unknown could be like, can this person disrupt whatever it is? Well, like the unexpected visitor. Seven of Cups, someone that's trying to bring some sort of confusion. I'm seeing 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. Somebody that could be reflecting on it could be somebody from the past that may be coming back to try to cause some sort of purse. Oh my God, purse. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Purse. Percy. Not that many people have that name, Percy. But this person from the past could be someone who has, it's just like their drama. Their drama. Wherever they go, they bring drama. Also, I'm thinking about the elephant. I'm about to say elevator. The elephant never forgets. So I feel like somebody from the past may be trying to hash up some old shit. Like, remember this? Remember that? Tell me about this one ring circus. Tell me about this clown. This is somebody that wants to disrupt your peace and happiness. This definitely, like I said, this person is drama. They want to disrupt your peace and your happiness. So if some of you, you're in a relationship and this person may know about it, they may be trying to come in and interfere, Remember when we were together and how things were? And you're like, yeah, I remember how unhappy I was, how stressed I was, how draining you were, This is why I had to rest, to find peace away from you, I need peace and happiness away from you. Someone's probably trying to hash up good times, even though you're like, yeah, I don't think so. I remember things differently, But what is this into the unknown? Like this people, oh my gosh. What the fuck? I can't even talk English anymore. I'm sorry. What is going on with me? My throat is getting dry too. Okay. Into the unknown. Hopefully someone doesn't get blindsided by this, because I see the person wearing a blindfold. And number 7. Some of you may be seeing repeating sevens, because we have the 7 of cups, emotional confusion, 7 of pentacles, which is reflection, evaluation, taking stock. But what is this into the unknown? So I also see the number 15 and 41. And number 13 with the major arcana of death card. So tell me about the into the unknown. What does the into the unknown mean? 4 of Wands. Tower. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like I said, this person, like if some of you are feeling stable and secure, some of you could be blindsided, or this person could be blindside you, blindside your person, cause some sort of tower, maybe some sort of disruption. If this reading resonates with you, this is like a forewarning. Don't hide anything. If somebody's coming back around, share it with the person that you're with. Because the last thing you want to do is to be hiding something and this person finds out and they don't want nothing to do with you anymore. Because you may be coming off as being deceptive, creating illusions, If you hide something, that's indicating some sort of deception. It's indicating like why are you going to hide something if you're not doing anything wrong? Why would you hide something if you're not doing anything wrong? So don't let your person get blindsided by this, especially if your relationship is at a very delicate stage. Be honest, be clear, because you do not want this person to be unhappy with you and not want to deal with you, because maybe if they see this as a deception and you try to offer some sort of apology, they may not even accept it. They may refuse it. So if for some of you, be honest, because you don't want to end up like this. You don't want to end up like this. 9 of Wands, wounded warrior, having to heal for something that you could have prevented. So be honest. Don't hide anything. Okay, what is the possible? I think that's outcome. I don't think there is. I would say, okay, what's the advice? I saw the world card and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, if you get caught in a lie, even if it's you're keeping something, lying. Remember, omission is a lie. Omitting information, omitting facts, that is a lie. If you're not telling the whole story, then you're telling the whole lie. You know, you got to tell well, if you're dealing with somebody and it's very delicate, you got to be honest. Do not fuck yourself over, especially if this is someone that you can imagine building some sort of foundation with, that you can have a happy home, happy life with them, you know, especially if you've already started to establish some groundwork, you know, started to lay the foundation for a Four of Wands, you know. Don't do anything you might regret. If somebody's coming back around, let your person know, because you don't want them to find out but from somebody else, because with all the social media that exists, shit comes out anyway, you know. The truth is better coming from you than it being told to them by somebody else who can twist the narrative. And so this is important for you to be completely honest, you know, because if this person, whoever you're dealing with, or you, hopefully this is a you, like, regardless, take it as it resonates. You could be blindsided, or the person you're dealing with might be blindsided, but it could lead to some sort of ending because you weren't being honest. But in the positive aspect, if you are being honest and you let the person know, okay, yeah, my ex has been coming back around. She's been trying to talk to me. She's trying to get this from me. You know, she's been trying to like get us back together, reunite with me. And, you know, when you do that, that strengthens your relationship, because you're being honest. You're being transparent. Transparency is so important. And we do have the Scorpio card here. I'm a Scorpio. This is not my reading, just so you know. I'm not dealing with anybody. But with Death card, you know, Scorpios love transparency. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio trans. Oh my God. Maybe you are. And ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. Whatever rocks your boat, you know, or floats your boat. Maybe it's both, rocking and floating at the same time. I don't know. But it could be like this transparency is what allows you to continue to strengthen your relationship and even move it up to another level. You closing out a cycle and then continuing to build up on the relationship rather than it crumble because of a lie that you could have simply told, you know, because if it comes back around, I know this has happened to me. When I find out, I'm like, why you didn't tell me? Then I'm like, what else are you not telling me? What else are you omitting? Can I trust you, motherfucker? You know, this is a Scorpio speaking. You lied to me. You know, a lie by omission. Omitting information is a lie. Not telling the whole truth is a lie. Like somebody says, if you're telling a half truth, you're telling a whole lie. You know, you're not telling the whole story, then you're telling a whole lie. Same sentiment, you know. I feel like that's the advice. Be honest. Be honest. You know. Okay, let me see. I think I'm going to end the reading here because I didn't start too late, but I didn't start too early either. I've been on for over an hour and a half. And I'm not in the mood to answer any questions. So I'm sorry to disappoint anyone. You know how it is when you have to protect your energy. So hopefully you understand. And I might be going live tomorrow. I'm going to be remote tomorrow. But I might be going live early in the day. If you saw my Sunday live stream, I started, I think around 8 a.m. or something. So I might be going live around 8 a.m. So if you want to join me then, I'm willing. I'm willing. I want to do the same thing I did last time. You know, I did like mini reads for people. So, but you have to be a subscriber, of course. So I'm going to end this reading now. I'm going to end this channel, end of transmission, as they say. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or evening ahead. Thank you so much for joining today and allowing me to read for you. Hi, Kate Ranger. How are you? Oh my God, I hope everything's going well for you. I'm about to end this video, though. I'm glad you popped on in time for me to say hello to you. I hope everything is going well with you. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you for stopping by. So thank you so much for joining today. I hope to see you tomorrow morning. And I'm thinking about doing questions. I will let you know. But if you join me tomorrow morning, please read the pinned comment just to save yourself time, energy, and the attitude I will give you. Because I'm like, it's too early for this shit. We're adults. Read instructions. You know. So I thank you again. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone. Hi, Dana. Bye, Dana. Okay. I'm out of work, and now I'm about to be out of here. So take care, everyone. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye.